Dr. Robert Murphy, a professor of infectious diseases at Northwestern University Feinberg School of Medicine. Good morning, doctor.
Good morning.
Numbers are going up. How much of this has to do with the booster situation and maybe being a little tentative as to who gets it and when?
Well, I mean, it's always a combination of things. The miscommunication on the booster has really been unfortunate. It's, as Scott Gottlieb, the former FDA commissioner, said, it's a missed opportunity. 3 states, California, New Mexico, and Colorado, the governors have said, hey, we had enough of this. And they're just allowing boosters for everybody 18 and over, which is what it should have been in the first place. It's just terrible communication. The antibody protection is going down in everybody. So why is this big confusion that they have? It's unfortunate.
Numbers spiking in Austria, and they're doing this lockdown of the unvaccinated. Tell us why you think this might be happening in Austria in particular, the numbers.
Well, Austria has a very large anti-vaccine movement. 2 million of the 8.9 million people in the country are totally against the vaccines. And as a result, they now have like one of the highest case rates in Europe. They're over 3 times higher than Germany, which is considering lockdowns at 1/3 the rate the Austrians. Austria is just out of control in Austria, and they don't know what to do. So instead of locking everybody down, they're gonna lock down the unvaccinated, and there's a $1,600 fine if you are caught out and you're unvaccinated during this lockdown period.
Real quick, long-term impact of COVID on women seems to be worse than men, but men, there seems to be an issue that could affect reproduction.
Yeah, so COVID affects some people differently, and specifically with gender. So men do worse with COVID infection. Women are doing worse, maybe 3 times worse with long COVID. So the effects that are still present 6 months down the road. Men who get COVID, the actual disease, not the vaccine now, but the actual disease, 6 out of 7 studies that have been done have shown really bad consequences on fertility, on the sperm count, and the quality of the sperm. We don't know what this means long term. We don't know if it gets better after you finish the infection and recover. We're not really sure, but I mean, it's certainly concerning.
All right, let's get to some viewer questions. This person says, would you allow an unvaccinated person to come to your house for Thanksgiving?
Absolutely not. Absolutely not. It's just inexcusable that you mix vaccinated and unvaccinated people in this day and age. It's just, it's too risky.
All right.
All right, next question. Both my 81-year-old senior citizen parents have COVID after getting the Moderna vaccines and the booster. Could there have been a problem with their original Moderna vaccine?
No, most likely not. So what's happened is, because of the Delta variant, is that the protective level, the initial protection, has dropped from about 10-fold to about 4-fold. In other words, the protection is not good is as good for getting the infection. However, after a couple days, and you have these vaccines, you develop another kind of immune protection that prevents severe disease. And that's why the parents didn't end up in the hospital and are alive today. So the hospitalization rate and the death rate, it still works. But, we're right on the edge there. And that's why we have to get the pandemic under control now before we lose that.
All right, last question. Are any of the low-cost at-home COVID tests any good? If only 50% accurate, I may as well flip a coin.
Well, it's not 50%. It's about 80%, but you have to look closely at the packaging. Most of them, I think 4 out of 5 of the home kits that are approved now, you have to have symptoms and be tested within the first week or so of having symptoms. So if you don't have any symptoms, it doesn't work as good. Now, if you test yourself a couple of times, 2 or 3 times, approximately 24 to 48 hours apart, that improves the sensitivity of the test. So I wouldn't, say for Thanksgiving, you're having people over, you don't know what their status is or whatever, have them test that day, and if they're staying for the weekend, have them test the next day as well.
All right, if you didn't get your question answered, Dr. Murphy answers them bi-weekly on Northwestern University's Institute for Global Health Facebook page. You can also submit questions via email or go to our Morning News Facebook page, post one there. We'll talk to the doctor again on Friday. Thanks, Doctor.